Hey, how are y'all doing today? This is the Rule of Thirds. This is Nate, Chris, and Brennan. How are y'all doing today?
What's going on, everybody?
What up? What up? What up?
And today we're just, talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're going to talk about episode 3 and episode 4 today. Since we missed last week's
Face
episode,
Quattro.
things
Yeah, we had a lot going
things
on
got
last
busy
week.
around the holidays there.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, we had a lot going on. My apologies. But, we're gonna make it up.
Yeah, mainly my fault, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Man, don't
Oh,
even put that,
yeah.
man. Whatever, man. You got shit to do, man. That's all.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
worry
You
about that.
you got that school
Don't worry
life.
about
Boss, you got to do that
Yeah,
school life.
Trying, guys.
Don't worry
yeah.
about that.
But yeah, we want to.
Episode 3. There was a scene at the end was probably the dopest thing. But like, what were some of y'all biggest takeaways from episode 3? That y'all want to share real quick.
The biggest points for episode 3. Well, I loved how, like, first of all, like just the breaking Zemo out of prison. I felt like that was like one of the biggest, very interesting scenes. Like the fact that Bucky almost like kind of confronted his demons, so to speak. As soon as he, even like I'm not even so to speak, because he was like in his little notebook of people he wanted to reconcile with for being the Winter Soldier at the time. So like to go to his cell and like when he started saying the words and like you're hearing the music and for him to kind of like fight that off was just sick. And him like talking to Sam as like in the background, like he's breaking out as he's talking about how he's doing it. It was just perfect. I felt like that was just the biggest part, and just kind of seeing him almost kind of play this weird like anti-hero role where he's like kind of helping them while still being the villain. But I feel like the biggest part and the craziest part of episode 3 was just seeing Madripoor and
Wow, yeah.
and MCU and seeing just how freaking crazy it was.
City of Criminals, yo. This is
that shit was
insane.
It was like
insane.
Manhattan, fucking downtown
My boy's
Chicago, and LA mixed into one.
my boy Berzimo out there with
hybrid.
my boy Berzimo with no dance moves. He's just out there.
Yo, that's been memed so many times.
Yo, that has got to be the number one meme right now. Yeah,
it literally is, and like he actually did an interview about that dance. It's actually so funny. I love
like they say he out there with the dad dance. He's just out there like.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
But yeah, it was cool to finally see Madripoor. It was. Nate, what about you? What were some of your biggest takeaways with episode 3?
I like the kind of when they talked to the scientist. I forgot his name. That was blipped out in the middle of him actually perfecting the super soldier serum.
Right.
Though upon seeing a couple of these people take it, I'm not sure how perfected it is. And honestly, I feel like there's still some wild side effects to it.
Definitely, for sure.
But I like that, and then the whole them getting run up on, and the whole fight scene after that, and then Baron Zemo kind of saving everybody, Loki, where he could have made his escape at that point in time. They were kind of in the sus situation. My man, puts on his Baron mask and went to work. I was like, all right. I'm like, all right.
Facts.
I see y'all here. I dealt with that. I like that part, but it was definitely the whole backstory is like how this new serum even came to be. That because I don't think in the comic books I don't think there's ever been another perfected super serum that I can think of.
Man, I was having this talk with my dad last night, as a matter of fact, because I got done watching. I was watching episode 4 for the second time. That whole Super Seer Soldier Project Rebirth.
Because I thought that was the whole point of Weapon Plus program was because they could never recreate, the super serum.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much that goes into that, and I hope they really kind of maybe not tie it off, but just kind of shed a little more light to that subject. Before I get into that, episode 3. I like seeing Sharon Carter again. I like seeing her character. She put in work in a couple of them fight scenes.
She was holding them off.
I liked seeing Bucky have to essentially play the Winter Soldier role again.
I know that was
The
awesome.
fight scene, and you kind of saw him like do it. You kind of saw, and even Zemo said something like, "Yeah, this is pretty easy." He said something like, it didn't take you that long to get back into that role or something like that.
Right.
But one thing we did, and I know we're probably going to talk about him a lot more. What else? What else? What else in episode 3? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Sharon Carter. Brennan, to your point, the whole when Bucky goes to Sam, like, yeah, hypothetically, if I do break Zemo out, and meanwhile he's telling the story he already did it, which was kind of cool.
Right.
That scene was cool. And I guess just kind of, well, I mean, you steadily start to see that kind of decline, that kind of mental breakdown that Walker starts having with this role and being Captain America and the burden that he has, and you kind of start to see that kind of start to slip away a little bit. You see that a lot more in episode 4, but I guess the scene that I think kind of really probably encapsulated episode 3 was the scene at the end with the one of the Dora Milaje showing up. And I thought it was just so dope, because like you see the scene where they're all walking together, Bucky, Sam, and Baron and Zemo, and he's like looking on the ground, and part of me was like, what the hell is he looking at?
Yeah, me too. I was like, what the heck?
What is he looking at? And so for him to just kind of follow that up and just kind of follow that little thread, and he's just like, I was wondering when you want to show up, and I thought that was really cool.
I was not expecting that.
Me neither. I actually wasn't expecting a cameo.
I kind of was when he broke them out, and even
Sam they hinted at it.
Yeah, Sam said, he's like, don't you remember, like, they framed you for killing King T'Chaka?
Yeah,
they did.
Like,
I'll say this.
Like, what are you doing?
They've definitely brought up Wakanda a lot.
They did, and they were talking about the White Wolf. They definitely
when they called him White Panther. He was like, "Who are you? White? You supposed to have him called him who? You White Panther?" He was like, "White Wolf." He was like,
right. Yeah, and I for some reason still surprised me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't all that surprised, but it was definitely a cool scene. It was definitely.
I'll also say, I guess another scene that I kind of missed out, and I meant to also bring that one, is the whole the girl Carly when they blew up that building afterwards. You're starting to see her transitioning from just a resistance fighter to really she's starting to become the villain that she's trying to fight a lot.
Yeah, like she's slowly become like a terrorist almost.
Like, yeah, her character definitely has some layers to it. You know what I mean? Freedom fighter, terrorist. What is she fighting for? I think we get a lot more of that in episode 4. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, when that building blows up and she says it to the dude, this is the only language they understand is violence. You're just like, oh shit, she's for real.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? So.
And I think his boys are starting to see it. Like, and I think, and we'll talk about more in episode 4 because I think even they're starting to realize that they're in over their heads.
Yeah, I think they're like, oh, our leader is a little. I think she's doing a little bit too much here.
But
yeah, I mean, it's again, it's just kind of finding out why she's so passionate, what she's fighting for. You know what I mean? Why is she doing this? There's always been that kind of moral role. I guess throughout the moral throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We can go back to Iron Man and being essentially an arms dealer and having to make amends for all the things he did wrong and why he did it and all the money and him profiting from it. There's kind of always been that sort of moral. We look at somebody like the Punisher, who just goes about things a different way to get, essentially positive results and things like that. There's always been that. So it'll be interesting to see where she falls on which side of that line. Is she doing something? We'll just go ahead and just take Bucky. You know what I mean? He's been parting for our thing, but the Winter Soldiers has done some ill shit.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, is the movie related. We see him kind of reliving that and having to live with those demons. But even in the comic books, like he's done some things, and and even to the point he takes the mantle of Captain America. You know what I mean? Hell, we can go back to Civil War and the scene where Zemo, kind of corners all three of them, and they start playing the tape of when Bucky kills Iron Man's parents. And Iron Man says to Steve, like, "Did you know?" And there's that gut wrenching scene where he goes, "Yeah." And there's just there's just all those sort of kind of how do you deal with is that do the ends justify the means kind of thing? You know what I mean? Um, what's the famous line from Star Trek? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what side of the line she falls on, and I think we'll probably talk about that here in a minute with episode 4, because you kind of start to see that in her whole character arc. But what else from season 3, guys? What am I missing?
Yeah, no, kind of like just kind of going based off of like what you said a little bit. It's going to be interesting. Since when you mentioned the fact like he's been pardoned and everything, because the fact that he broke Zemo out and like he was filmed in Madripoor doing like that whole scene, and Zemo's there, like I wonder how like that affects like him like getting maybe in trouble again. Like, did they arrest him? Like I wonder, like, is there like any backlash for him just getting broken out? Like, you know what I mean? Because like they're being seen together in Madripoor. Because like a lot about this theme of like this show is like people watching and people seeing like via social media, like when they saw like what he was doing in Madripoor, and then obviously going into episode 4, we'll talk about that. But like, I wonder if there's any repercussion or any backlash for him breaking Zemo out.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it's almost like they kind of just nab him at the end, like, hey, you're going back to jail because you did this,
right?
That is interesting. Is there something, maybe not to foreshadow anything? Is there something he does that maybe allows him to get pardoned again? There's that whole Thunderbolts dynamic with Zemo. So yeah, that is definitely. I didn't think about that. That is definitely interesting.
Because I mean, what the Wakandans noticed, I'm sure the U.S. is just like, what the like,
the Wakandans was they was. It was like, no.
Which would have been so awesome to see if it was like obviously, if Black Panther was there, that would have been sick. But that would have been freaking awesome if he would have been in the series. It would have been a cool effect. But
that would have been great.
Nate, any final thoughts you got on episode 3, bro?
No, I think that's pretty much it for episode 3.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, yeah.
That was it really kind of led into this episode here, which is episode 4.
Oh boy, I got a lot to say about this freaking episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit right here and listen.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Listen, how much I have loved, WandaVision, right? WandaVision was such a beautiful time. It was amazing, wonderful Easter eggs and theories and all that good stuff. This is a hot take, guys, but Falcon and Winter Soldier started to be better than WandaVision for me. So
to your point, and we talked about this before. I think we talked about this at the very beginning,
after this episode.
Episode 1.
Right.
Is it fair? And I don't mean like fair, like because WandaVision was so good. I mean like these series. We're gonna get Loki next. We're gonna get What If. We're gonna get so many others. Is it fair to? And I guess you can as an individual and just put your own likes and dislikes and your own spin on the thing. But I just think this is just so different from WandaVision that it's hard to be like, yeah, WandaVision's so much better than this, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. So, man, it's like, to me, they're just two completely different stories.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
You know, I mean, I can't speak on how you feel about it. I'm not going to overstep those boundaries. You know, you feel how you feel, but I just, man, this is way different.
100%.
You know, so my question
100%.
is like, is it? Yes, it's fair because you know you have your own opinion, but like, is it?
So it's not fair in the sense of like what each of them is about, but like the way I think about it is like how much I'm like enjoying watching it and like looking forward to the next episode. Like after episode 4, I gotta see it like this next episode because it's like I don't know, it was just so much happened, and like I feel like that thrill of like wanting to see the next episode, and maybe I know there's only 6 episodes, but maybe it's because it's longer. I don't know what it is, but I've just like been really excited to see next episode after next episode. I think more than WandaVision, and that's like saying a lot because like yeah, they're not comparable, and like it was amazing in its own ways. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm enjoying it so much more.
Cool.
And I'm honestly surprised to be saying that because WandaVision was you know how we all felt about it. So
yeah,
it's surprising for me to be saying that.
Well, go ahead and tell me what you enjoyed about episode 4, Brandon. Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
episode 4,
tell us.
You know, first of all, like just what I enjoyed about it was seeing the Dora Milaje. Come on, like that was just freaking amazing seeing them. First of all, Sebastian Stan, amazing opening acting sequence. Like when she's like, you know, speaking the words to him, and he's just getting the flashbacks of like all the previous like major Winter Soldier moments.
Dang, imagine if he was in like Star Wars or something.
Huh?
I said, imagine if he was in like Star Wars or something, yo. That'd be crazy. That'd be.
Well, you know what's crazy? Why was I thinking that?
Guys, hey man, thanks again for hanging out with us. Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Okay. Yeah. All right. Guys.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, but like, yo, why was I thinking that? That's so funny you say that. But like, just the moment, like where he was like tearing up and like the sense of like relief he had. Like it was an amazing scene by him. I honestly felt so moved by that scene. It was ridiculous. But like, so like just starting off with that amazing scene, I loved it. Like it was just this episode, just from beginning to end, just loved it. But like just seeing the Dora Milaje in action, like I said, like fighting against Walker, Winter Soldier, and just seeing them just like deactivate his arm, like this do pressure point.
His heart was broken. He was like, they weren't even super soldiers.
Man, it was just amazing seeing them. It was something I didn't know I needed. Honestly, it was just like the series was going fine as is.
That was the spirit breaker, yo. That was
the Dora Milaje was just more than like I didn't even know I needed. Like it just like came in and like I was just like it was perfect touch. And I loved it, honestly. Just that was like the whole biggest thing for me in the episode. But just watching like John Walker's descension into darkness almost is like the highlight of this episode easily. Like just watching him like constantly get defeated, like got defeated by the Dora Milaje. Like, oh, you're about to challenge Sam to a fight, which honestly I feel like he would have lost.
He got scraped.
Like, yeah, he would have got scraped. Like, you know, just like seeing him, like, you know, Sam trying to like reason with Carly Morgenthau and like him just barging in, like just being a nuisance. Honestly, he was just annoying the entire episode. But like just seeing him get handled by the super soldiers and like wanting that power and like seeking that power and being able to essentially get his hands on one of them. And, you know, just seeing the darkness at the end of him just falling to complete descension, just murdering, you know, one of Carly's like members of the Flag Smashers in front of everybody. Like, was just like,
and it was just like not even like
crazy.
It was like a brutal murder. So it was like
a brutal freaking murder, and just seeing just like what should be like, you know, the shield of America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe be covered like in blood, like and like. Just seeing that like image of like Steve Rogers just be like completely destroyed by this man.
I hope
which
they
is
show
so
Old
impactful.
Man Steve.
It was so insanely impactful.
That'd be so. It'd be so dope if we had an Old Man Steve scene with him seeing that. I would like.
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah, that was something I think I brought up in episode 1. You think we'll get Old Man Steve?
Yeah, We do. I'm so serious. I
You know what
I
I
would
mean?
love that. That would be amazing. That would honestly like him just seeing it and being like, okay, like this is what happened.
Again, I'm probably wrong, but I've heard that there's a cameo coming that's supposed to be a good one. Now,
Yeah.
I heard this about WandaVision. Again, not comparing the two,
Right, I
but
was
I
gonna
was
say, is
wrong.
this a Luke
I was
Skywalker type
wrong. I
cameo or
was
something?
wrong.
Oh,
I was
okay,
wrong.
okay, okay, okay.
But I heard there's supposed to be a cameo coming that's supposed to be a good one. Who that will be, I don't know. I have
Mhm.
guesses, and yeah, we can guess, but
I don't want to guess. I want to
I
be
guess
surprised.
yeah, oh yeah. But I guess that kind of old man Steve. That's definitely one of my guesses. I guess that's what it alludes to. Let me back up with something because I want to get your take on this because
For sure.
that dynamic with Agent Walker. Um, you see him in episode 2 essentially, and taking the mantle of Steve Rogers and Captain America, looking up to him as a hero, trying to live up to excuse me those expectations, trying to come in and save the day to help Sam and Bucky against the Flag Smashers, and essentially not amounting to anything. You see him trying to rely on his uh, his friend and partner to try and go about this the same way. I guess the part I want to get to is where they're talking about the serum. And this was the part that kind of grabbed a hold of me, which was one of those, again, those kind of moral things where, he says this line, it kind of just stuck with me. He goes, man, think how many lives we could have saved in Afghanistan if we'd have had that serum.
Hmm.
You know, so when he grabbed a hold of it, I don't know if he was, oh yeah, I'm about to get this. What I mean? I'm about to go ahead and get
I'm
this
about to get
game.
power.
What I mean? I don't think it was that, but I think it was, oh, they got my boy, and kind of, I got to use it. I got to use it, and I think you have one of those things. You have that moment to where even you see him bend that pipe, and even Sam says, "What did you do?" You know what I mean? Because you hear the one flag smasher say, "Oh shit," you know.
Right. Right.
Um, and I think it was in that moment where even he
I think he
had
took it
that.
before that.
What'd you say? Oh, I think he took it too. But I guess the scene that really put him over the edge was him realizing, man, like I got this serum in my veins, and I still couldn't save my boy. I think that's what like put him over the edge.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Why he killed that dude as brutally as he did. What were your thoughts on kind of his sort of justification for taking it? When we still really didn't see if he took it, which I wonder, are they going to show that? We see him pick up the little vial, we see him put it in his pocket,
Oh, he
but we don't.
100% took it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah.
100%.
It was just. I mean, are we just assuming he took it, or like, do you think they'll show it? You know what I mean? Because that's a pretty pivotal thing because you know it, we've never like we saw like the whole procedure with Steve Rogers. We saw the abomination. Like we just assumed he took it, and that was something I wondered. Like maybe this cat is something else. You know what I mean? Like maybe. Because the way he was flinging that shield around, like, and talking about his test, like maybe this cat's something else. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? And that serum, if he hasn't taken it, you know what I mean? I don't know. I could be speculating, but the point I'm trying to make is what did y'all think about essentially? I enjoyed that scene when they were talking about being in combat and being in battle and saying, man, how many he asked me, would you take it if you had to take it? Absolutely, because how many lives we could have saved in Afghanistan, if we had
Hmm.
this. So
Right.
I thought that was a cool scene. That's not excusing his actions or anything like that, but you just kind of, to a certain extent, you see his mindset. He's
Right.
still the soldier.
Right.
He's still in combat. He's still in battle. He's still trying to save lives,
Hmm.
even to when um, even when he doesn't really default to like expertise. I loved it. I loved the scene with Sam and I can't think of her name.
Carly?
Was Carly. I love that scene when he's just talking to her or whatever, and then you just kind of had the feeling that the knucklehead was just going to break it up.
I gotta get in there. 100%. I gotta get in there. He's like, bro, just calm down. Like, I gotta get in there. I gotta get in there.
What did y'all think about what do you think about his sort of justifications of taking the serum?
I legit think losing in the house to the Wakandans broke him. I think that's what broke him. Because the fact because I think before he could kind of suck up losing to like the other people because they were super soldiers. Like, well, they're super soldiers. I'm only a normal man. So I mean, yeah, they got out on me because they're super soldiers.
Listen, we fought Thanos. Ain't nothing scare us, bro. Like,
yeah, so like
scaring us, bro.
So yeah, so like
who is this clown? Like,
yeah, so like yeah. You, so then,
and hang on, and Brennan, to your point. Sam and Bucky feel the same way. Like, I ain't got time for this clown.
Yeah.
We fought Thanos, fam. Like, we don't care about you.
Like, nobody worried about you.
Yeah, like, you want to go right now? And he just look at him like, bro, go somewhere. Like,
we fought Thanos.
Bro, we fought. Army, you fought like, normal human. You fought a human army, bro. We fought an intergalactic, universe-threatening army.
Like, you seen the Hulk? Yeah, that guy beat him, all right?
Yeah, like, bro. Like,
you're not anything to us right
now. You're talking
about... Keep messing around. I'm a caller, okay?
You're talking about... Like, I'm not trying to, discredit what you did in Afghanistan. Talk about how many people you could have saved. But, like, I saved the universe.
half the
this is not just your planet. This is this planet. And other planets with life on it.
Yeah.
Like, you're small potatoes out here. Like, nobody has time for this.
Thanos, like, you can't, there's not much, like, anything on Earth that really phases
you. You're still worried about earthly problems. We've expanded beyond that. We're no longer worried about the earthly threats. Like, we're
you see how the Dora Milaje really did not care about the
man. So yeah, literally,
right, yeah. I mean, that was some disrespectful shit. That was disrespectful.
And then when the one chick picked up his shield and then handed it, she was like, give it back. He was like, she had to tell her to give you back your shield. You couldn't get it back. Like, you couldn't get your shield back yourself.
You wouldn't have got it.
So, like, this vibranium radio, like, we own this shield, honestly. We'll take it back if we want.
Technically, it's ours.
She gave you back, like, she gave you back the shield.
It's the ignorance that he knows none of this. He really thinks it's, like, the hottest thing on the planet.
It's the fact that he's so out of the loop. Now, I also think the fact that he can't garner the respect that Steve Rogers did, like, right off the bat. Like, Steve Rogers just commanded respect. His presence around him, his aura that he gave off, commanded respect. And this even for the people who didn't know him. Like, even T'Challa and them, once they met him, respected Steve Rogers. It's like, he doesn't go about it the way fucking Walker is. Like, he doesn't even know his place in everything. He's just like, I'm Captain America now. These people should respect me because I'm Captain America. Wrong.
I mean,
they respected Steve Rogers, and he happened to be Captain America.
I think he has his place when it comes to respect, and I just think he told that story about the 3 medals of honor. Like dude, you're respected. But you keep trying to do too much. You know what I mean? You keep trying to do too much. You know what I mean? And I think he deserves respect for being in the military and doing his service. You know what I mean? He 100%. Does. But it's just like you can't just show up though. To your point, Nate, against dudes who've fought galactic threats. And just be like, I'm in charge.
Yes.
Like, what did you do? I fought in Iraq. I fought in Afghanistan.
It's like, as much as we respect that, but like,
follow
honestly,
me. Nobody following you. What? Follow you?
Huh?
You're right. Like, yo, follow me. I'm taking command. No.
Try again.
No.
Try again. There.
Who are you? Alan Walker. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the hell. I mean, okay, thanks. You know what I mean?
What? I fought in the war. Which war? Like with Thanos and them? Like with Thanos and them? The big war? No, not that one. I was not at the war at all. on the planet,
So
the normal war.
You were one of the officers clearing the streets in New York when I was fighting Loki and the bad guys. Huh?
Cool. We thank you for that.
We appreciate your service getting those people out of the buildings. We appreciate you for that.
You don't know nothing about these Infinity Stones, do you, huh?
Never even seen one, huh?
Never even seen one up close, huh? Oh man! And it's just funny. He's like, "Oh yeah, give me back my shield." It's like, do you even know what who made this shield? Like, we'll take it back. Like,
the fact that she literally had to tell her to give back to her because she was just going to take it. She picked it.
She was like, "Yeah, I'm taking this back."
Like, give it back. She's like, give it back. He's all defeated and looking down, all sad. Like, that's literally the part where I think it broke him. Like, he was just like,
for sure.
And like, I feel like,
I definitely when he said that, he goes, they weren't even super soldiers. I definitely feel that. But I think the part that's literally broken was when he had the serum, and if we're just going to say he took it and assume that he had the serum and he still couldn't save his boy. You know what I mean? That's that old sort of Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, Batman, and
Battlestar got the shit punched out of
him. Batman and Death of the Family. You got all this power and you still couldn't save him.
Yeah, she punched the shit out of Battlestar. She.
That was something different.
Gotta duck the blade.
The scene that I like was with Sam and Carly. I thought that was such a dope scene where he's just they were kind of, and I was kind of talking about it earlier with the kind of moral, what side is she on when it comes to morality and things like that, and what's her fight really about? And you even see Sam. He's like, hey, I support you. I'm with you. You're just going about it the wrong way.
He's like, I can't get down with how you're doing it. Like, I
love that scene. You know what I mean? And he was even kind of schooling her because, he even said it. He goes, this is what I do. I talk to people who were going through PTSD, and this is what I do. And he went there and talked to her, and he was just, kind of using her words against her just to kind of make her give her a different perspective,
See, this is why I feel like ultimately, maybe, I don't know, maybe not at the end of the series, but this is why I feel like Sam will probably get the mantle of Captain America. Because like Steve was like similar in that way. Like he was more like kind of willing to like he fights obviously if he has to for like the right reasons, but I feel like he would rather have talked things out like with Bucky. Like he just kind of wanted to talk to him, get him out of that mind space, like see what's going on with him. He only fought him because he's trying to kill him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like he's similar to Steve in that way, where it's like talk to them and like get where they're like coming from, and like instead of just busting in there trying to like fight that person and just take them down.
I think he was the person who definitely deserves the medal. Just from when Baron Zemos was talking to him, like, would you take the serum? And he said no, but like literally zero hesitation. He's like, because the power isn't what, like that power isn't what would make me like a hero. Essentially, it's not what would fix the problems that I'm facing. Like that power is just power. Like, but for Carly and my boy Alan Walker, he's like, I need this power to make a difference. He's like, I don't need this power to make a difference. Like, I make that difference. That power is just a means to an end. I don't need that power because I have the means that I need to already do what I need to do.
Right.
Like Captain America wasn't Captain America because he was a super soldier. Literally, that like.
What did you guys think about when Zemo says, "Well, there was only one Steve Rogers"?
Yeah,
like, I love that scene.
Like he's built differently. That. Steve Rogers isn't like these people here. Like
he's not.
But man, like I keep going back, and I'm not trying to go off on a tangent, which that always means I go off on a tangent. But man, I go back to that scene in Civil War. Like even Steve Rogers is not perfect. He's not. Like he got his own demons. You know what I mean? That scene in Civil War where he knew about Bucky killed, Tony Stark's parents.
But his demons never stem from his powers. Like for Steve Rogers, his powers, he just had powers, but his problems, his demons, his dark stuff like that never stem from his need for power or anything like that.
Yeah,
they came from like he's still not perfect, but he wasn't corrupted by the power that he got. Like even after getting his powers, he just still stayed Steve Rogers. He was just now Steve Rogers, bulky.
Right. Yeah, he was selected for that reason because like he's over here diving on grenades. Like the only one in the camp, he's like, get away!
I get all that, but You know, I mean, I can look at it in different. What maybe we'll have this talk off screen, but I had that scene right there, man, when he knew about Bucky killing Tony's parents.
Mm-hmm.
That led to.
I know that one. Listen, I wasn't with Cap
much.
on that scene. I wasn't with Cap on that. I said, Cap, you messed up.
That
you
literally
messed up
led
there.
to the split of the Avengers, which allowed Thanos to get in that ass in
But yeah,
the first part.
But that was the one thing.
I wasn't with Cap on that.
He was definitely wrong.
Cap, you messed up.
That was a fuck up on Steve. That was a fuck up on Steve. But that still wasn't from his powers though. Like that was just that's
no yeah. What you're saying, Nate? It definitely makes sense. You're right. But
for sure.
Like the girl Carly needs she's like, yeah, we need these powers so that we can make a difference. Like, or now Alan Walker, yeah, I need these powers so that I can be Captain America, and that's not the case. Like the powers. And I don't know what he's gonna do because now he's on TikTok now, so you know.
So
he's on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah. The one guy he killed, the Flag Smasher, had that kind of emotional part. He's talking to Carly about how he looked up to the Shield and looked up to Steve Rogers, and I just thought there was such a great irony that that dude died by that same Shield mercilessly.
Yeah,
that shit. Well, you were looking up to the Shield as it came down. You're right. You were looking at
it. Matter of fact, that's the last thing you saw was that Shield.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you were really looking up to the Shield that time. Oh boy.
I thought that was some irony.
Yeah, that was very ironic for sure. I think that was very, very smart play on Marvel's part right there. It was genius.
What else happened in episode 4? Yo, when she disconnected Bucky's arm.
Yeah. Wait, did you know they can do that? No.
I've ever seen.
Oh God.
She said, "Oh, you're gonna fight me now?"
Yeah, that's how you want to do it? Okay, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and hit you with this.
And then she's just giving like that, I'm ashamed of you type of look.
Yeah, she doesn't know that. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Just
it was like that big sister look.
Really? Like, I'm not mad at you, I'm really just disappointed in you right now. Like, that's just the look
you should know better.
Like it was,
They were originally not even gonna pop.
I didn't even know that could happen.
They were originally gonna not pop in. Originally, he wasn't even gonna help with the fight. He was like, we gotta help you. He was like, because him and Battlestar were just getting mopped. They're like, poor Battlestar. He's done nothing but catch L's that whole episode.
Yeah.
Every scene.
Battlestar's been catching L's since he got introduced, man.
Yeah, damn.
Oh my gosh, poor guy.
Yeah,
imagine reading your script.
In this scene,
what is this?
In this scene, you lose to the to the Wakandans, and this you lose to the super soldiers, and then this is your final scene.
By episode 4, you're dead.
Yeah, they punch you in the face and kill you. Like what? Yeah,
bro,
I don't die.
Death was so quick.
You ain't.
Yo, I didn't even know he was dead at first. I'm not even kidding.
Painful. Like everything from his skull down fractured. Like it was terrible. It was terrible. Go back and watch that thing and listen to that crunch you hear. You're just like, oh god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, he going.
Brutal.
And then Walker goes over to him. Hey, get up. He
didn't respond not one bit. Like, you know how you get those like emotional deaths, like, yeah, man, like.
He was.
I don't know if we're gonna make it, bro. He was dead on contact. Bro. Like, I've never seen a death so quick. He was dead on contact. Oh my god!
Like damn, Battlestar. Damn. Did you like that?
That is crazy.
You got 0 wins. You needed to see your boy didn't share none of that 0 with you. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Honestly, like that was one of the craziest deaths I've.
He didn't even share it.
That was worse than the Flag Smasher death to me. Like that was, it was so quick. Because
the Flag Smasher still like took some hits to die. Like you just came into the fight that you shouldn't have been in and just was killed immediately. Like
immediately. But then you gotta talk about the fact that he got punched before that, knocked out. Got captured. Had to get himself out just to run into the fight
and die.
KO and died. I was like, wow.
You ran from a loss to die.
This guy held all episodes.
Hey, yo.
Like I've never seen anything like this, bro.
Hey,
He got punched, knocked out. All right, tied up. He had to rip himself out.
Just to run to your death.
Fight and get knocked out, KO'd.
Just to run to your death. You ran to your death. You're like.
He literally. Oh my gosh.
This shit should not be this funny.
Honestly, it shouldn't be this funny, but like,
it was just the speed at which he was defeated. Like, damn. So you were really never a challenge this whole series. Nobody thought you was a challenge. Nobody feared Battlestar.
That is crazy. I mean, you could argue like maybe like Walker led to his downfall, man. Like, guy was always
he absolutely
like,
did.
Yeah, I feel like he was doing a little bit too much. And even like that one point when like he was telling when Sam wanted to go in there and talk to him, and he told him like, "Yo, like maybe we should just let him talk to him.
Like maybe we should let them do their job."
You know
No,
right?
I'm Captain America now. I'm the leader.
So I feel like his his irrational behavior definitely led to his friend dying.
Yeah, like honestly. I said, like
so
it was definitely a lot of the way he approached people. Like when he approached them and when he came into the place, they were saying like, "All right, y'all are not listening to me. Arrest him." And you're like, wait, they were like, the fuck? What? No, no. What the fuck you talking about? Like,
right.
Like, what do you mean we're just under your orders now? Like, under whose jurisdiction? And that's when he threw it on the show. Oh, you want to fight?
And he's like, yeah, you guys don't have jurisdiction here. And she's like, the door Melange have jurisdiction wherever they want to.
Everybody's like, yo, who are you?
Yeah, you must not have read about us. Though.
Yeah, honestly, like you must not have read about us.
Yeah, we pretty much kind of do what we do.
Yeah, when Sam was like, yo, you better go back out there and take an L to them super soldiers again before you mess with them. Like they're
facts.
Okay, you thought them super soldiers did you in? They're going to embarrass you.
They just flat out embarrassed them.
Yeah, I love how Bucky and Sam like didn't even want to help him.
Yeah, they were like
yeah, like
Sam was like Bucky,
like we can't just let him get washed like this, Bucky. We can't.
Right. Like, and they washed Bucky too.
Yeah,
disconnected. They said unplugged.
Yeah, he probably looked at Sam like, nah, I got washed too, and it's your fault. He could have been saying this could have been a single load. Now they did a whole thing of laundry. Like that doesn't have to be a thing.
But you know what the greatest part of the series was? They're fighting over Zemo, and Zemo freaking escapes.
He just.
I'm just like, my man he's just like, all right, you got there. All right, let me just escape down the rabbit hole real quick.
Because Zemo was low key nervous, yo. When they first walked in, Zemo was like,
100%.
Zemo was like,
and then Walker starts running his mouth. He's like, yo, this is my chance. Thank goodness he's here.
Yeah, he probably like Walker. He's like, yes, he's an idiot. Like, good. Like, good. He's an idiot. I can
but
use
it's crazy because like you talk about the respect thing, and like Steve definitely earned everyone's respect. Like, and you can tell throughout the entire series, like everyone has a lack of respect for him. Like Sam, when he first got introduced, like Bucky, like they didn't respect him. The Dora Milaje, they didn't respect him. Heck, when he confronted like Sam and Bucky when Zemo was there in the hallway, Zemo literally like moved him over and went to go talk to the children. He like didn't respect this guy in front of him. So he's definitely trying to earn. Like seriously, I remember that he like was like, oh, like how'd you break him out of prison? He just like moves over and like goes walking up, like go talk to the children. He's like, I don't care about this guy. Like, so it's definitely him, trying to fight back against the threats.
And it came from
insecure about that.
And it came from all the way to episode 2, where when he first met up to them, and like it's just he approached the situation wrong from the very beginning. Like because he felt like it seemed like he was under the situation that they're gonna respect me because I'm Captain America, and that's just not how that works.
I mean, even take a step further. They don't respect me because I got the shield. Like, no, that's not how it works.
Right. Definitely.
That's not how it works. So, with episode 5, and we only got 2 more episodes left. Like, as we always kind of talk about, what do you think we're going to see?
Yo, I know for a fact what we're gonna see.
Go for it.
He ain't gonna have that shield at the end of episode 5. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Bucky and Sam, they saw that. They said, "Nah, no, it's over now. We're taking that shield out of his hands." They saw that bloody shield. They're like, "Nope."
But hang on though. It ain't gonna be that easy. Like, I hate to say it. I see him now that he got the serum. I see him giving it to Sam and low key giving it to Bucky.
I don't think he's giving it to Bucky. I'm taking Bucky now 1v1 right now.
Okay.
Only because
It's gonna be a fight.
I feel like it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be interesting. But I feel like Bucky has just more experience of being a super soldier longer than him. Like,
yeah, remember now, Bucky was controlled, man. Bucky was out there doing some things with like somebody else's purpose.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. True. Definitely true. Definitely true.
And I think there's also
I just see Sam and Bucky just looking at that. Like, I see it picking up right at that moment. Like,
I see
episode 1 picks up right at that moment.
I see the snap factor
you know what,
as well.
Bucky, I agree with you. That shield, we're taking it. We're taking that shield away. We're taking that shield away.
Like, I see the snap factor as well. I don't think, like, at this current time, even though Bucky has said he will a couple times, I don't think Bucky's trying to kill people. Like, he's trying to be a better. He's trying to be a better person.
Right.
Right now, Walker.
That knife throw he had.
Yeah. Right now, Walker don't give a flying fuck
about 100%.
About
we're gonna see the darkest version of him, I think.
Yeah, I think when he looked up and seen all them people just taking pictures of him and stuff and everything, I think that just further fucked it up for him. He's like, well, yeah, they're gonna just see me as a murderer now, and you know what? Fuck it. No one really respected me.
But I also see like to your point, Brendan and Nate, Bucky and Sam trying to take that shield. That's literally all he has left.
Yeah.
I don't see that being an easy take.
I don't either.
I mean, like, he's gonna have that snap factor. He's like,
I don't see that being an easy take at all. What I do see happening is, hopefully we see more, of Wakanda and Dora Milaje. But I see him maybe even like Carly helping him beat Walker. That's what I see.
See, I think that would be very, very interesting. I hope the Dora Milaje stay. I love every scene that they're in. I feel like, I hope that's like the case, because that would be very, very interesting and ideal to see. I see Carly honestly fading into the background as the enemy for them, and kind of Walker being public enemy number 1 in Bucky and Sam's eyes, because initially it was like in Bucky's eyes, he's like, we're taking that shield, we're getting that. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, I gotta focus on this. I see, like, as like Carly's members start slowly dwindling, and now she kind of has to deal with the power.
She only has 2 people left
as her main. Right, she only has 2 people left, and the power broker told her all series, I'm coming for you. So I feel like, she's gonna have her issues with the power broker. We're gonna get maybe a reveal, and I also have a theory about that after you guys are done talking about what you're gonna see as to who the power broker might be. I feel like she might be dealing with him, and Sam and Bucky are gonna be on the same page. Like, Walker, we gotta stop that guy, and we're getting that shield away from him.
So here's another. Now that Walker's kind of on the outs, and everybody knows he's after Carly, that the power broker contact Walker.
Ooh, that would be freaking insane. That would be insane.
That just popped into my head. Y'all know how I do. Things come up.
And then Sam starts helping Carly.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. I could see that too.
I hate to say it, but
I see that too.
I see this happening as well. I see the U.S. government disavowing this current Captain America. Like, yeah, because they're just using him as a figurehead for the most part. Once that goes like viral and it's on the thing, they're like, that's Alan.
I see that happen immediately after all the tweets get out.
He's like,
I see that happen immediately, but I also see, just because he killed one of the flag smashers, and like I said, this idea just popped in my head. Like, I see the power broker, I see the power broker and Walker maybe working together. So, Brennan, which kind of leads me into this. Go ahead and tell me your theory, because honestly, man, I tried this guess last series and it didn't work out. Who the hell is the power broker?
I have no idea.
So, this is my theory, okay? So, Marvel likes to like things connect, and we have the WandaVision connection with the Multiverse of Madness that's going to be coming up in 2022.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to do a little bit of a connection with some of the movies that are coming out in the future, later on this year, in fact.
I think I know where you're going. Go ahead.
What if, what is another huge, power figure in the MCU that we haven't really officially met? What if, and talking about Madripoor, and that's a villain or city and full of a bunch of evil like characters in the MCU. What if the Power Broker is like the real Mandarin? That could be a possibility. You know, maybe he's like, you know, maybe that's who like the Power Broker is, and maybe like we would see like that connection maybe in like the Shang-Chi Legend of the Ten Rings movie coming out in 2021. I can see that being a possibility.
So let me just go back. Like they stole the serum from the Power Broker, right? So this person had to have, you know, been, you know, who are all the people who had serum? You know, Ross had the serum. Man, there's people, especially when you go into Madripoor. Madripoor was a big city for the X-Men, particularly like Wolverine. I think we met one of his wives in Madripoor. You know, you could be talking about like Dr. Cornelius, who was like the figurehead of the whole Weapon X program, which led to Wolverine. You know, you Stryker. You know, we saw Stryker in the movies. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's some. You know, I mean, I'm even going to like maybe just to kind of connect the dots, which you were talking about. Like, is it somebody from? Cause I've heard some rumblings that this somewhat connects. You know, to the Black Widow movie. You know, is it somebody who maybe is responsible for you know, that whole program? You know what I mean? Taskmaster, you know, somebody like that. I just what's kind of cheesy is the fact that this dude is just like sending text messages. Give me back my shit or I'm gonna kill you. you took all my serum. When I found you,
sounds like a freaking like bad breakup. Like, yo, like, if you don't give me back my freaking
sounds like a bad movie.
It's like first of all, like, why are you texting them? Like, you got their number? Like, how does that work? Let me go. You know what I mean? Was it somebody that they knew? Like, I don't. You know, that's why. Like, I don't have too many guesses who this Power Broker would be. To your point, Nate. I want to be surprised. You know what I mean? But I don't. If it's somebody, you know, that had the, you know, the serum, and I'm trying to think of people, you know, either from the movies or from the comic books who I know have had access to it. There was the not the Thinker, but who was the guy who helped the Abomination in the Hulk movie? He had it. There was, you know, hopefully, I still want to get more backstory on Isaiah Bradley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking about him.
Is it somebody from Hydra? You know what I mean? Who worked with the Winter Soldier? Like, who the hell is? Yeah, I don't have too many guesses, but you know, I mean, I see a big standoff at the end with the Power Broker whenever they reveal themselves. And I like I said it a couple of minutes ago. I don't know if I'm sticking with it, but I think that'd be an interesting thing if the Power Broker reaches out to John Walker like, "Yo, you ain't got nowhere else to go, homie. You and that shit need to come with me, and I'm gonna help you, and you're going to get the rest of the Flag Smashers for me." Like, I see that. That to me is easy. That makes sense.
Right.
He already killed one of them.
Like, look,
for sure.
You fucked up your public image.
And he's gonna see that. He's gonna see that now.
He's gonna see that. Yeah. He's going like, ooh. He's going, who is this dude?
Right.
Oh.
Right. He's like, oh, we got a common enemy.
Right.
Friend.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that.
You gonna text him too, like, hey.
Right. Yeah. Like, just got everybody's number. Give me back my stuff.
That's her shit. I found your number on Facebook.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you. You took my stuff. Like, who the hell? Like, who is he? You know what I mean?
It's interesting though, because we know from like the promo images, we know that they get that shield at some point. So it's gonna be interesting how they get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Marvel has always done things with trailers and stuff that, you know, they lead you to believe one thing and it winds up being that that's never even in the movie. So we'll see what happens there.
That is true. That is also very true.
Well, so you think we'll find out? Excuse me. You think we'll find out who the Power Broker is in episode 5?
I don't know if we will in episode 5. I think we might in episode 6. I don't know if if we'll reveal him in episode 5. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if all of episode 5 we don't even hear a single thing from him. Honestly,
Yeah. I just think there's just so many people it could be. There's just so many people it could be inside the MCU, and God, there's a bunch of people who it could be in. It could be somebody. I said Dr. Cornelius just because he was one of the figureheads in the whole Weapon X program, which is a derivative of the super soldier serum. But and that's kind of where I hope the series was going, to really kind of dive into that. I hope they uncover more in the next 2 episodes of like people who were just part of it. You know what I mean?
For sure, little Easter eggs.
Just because, I mean, there's some characters, man. There's some characters. So,
100%. Yeah.
Any last words? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, man.
I can't wait for episode 5.
I'm excited for episode 5. I hope it picks up right where they left off, because that's a hot scene right there, man.
It is, my
man.
The
whole world's watching them. It's gonna be crazy. I'm enjoying the series, man. The Loki trailer dropped too. Excited to check. For whenever that comes out, that's gonna be crazy as well.
I think that's what's after Loki. What am I missing? Is What If after Loki?
There's a lot coming up. There's the Eternals.
I just talking about series. Oh man, don't even get me started. The Eternals, man.
I think the Eternals. That's a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a movie. Well, Black Widow. Black Widow's in July.
Yeah.
Black Widow's in July.
You gotta pay $30 for that dumb shit.
It's a Hawkeye movie.
Hawkeye series.
A series, I mean.
Yeah, he's in a series.
We'll check.
We'll wait till we get through Loki, because we gotta get through Loki, and we still gotta finish Falcon and Winter Soldier.
We have What If in the summer.
That's gonna be dope.
Loki, then What If? What If's gonna be dope. I can't wait for
that. Miss Marvel.
I forgot about that.
And then Hawkeye as well later on this year.
Not to change gear. Bad Batch is coming soon too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I knew.
First Star Wars thing in a long time.
Yeah, I knew you would light up for that. Bad Batch is coming. We got Mortal Kombat coming. So,
Good times.
For those of y'all who saw, Godzilla vs. Kong, hope y'all enjoyed that. We tried to, collaborate as best as we could.
I have a video for that. I did not make a thumbnail for it. I will be getting it done. It will be getting posted.
My video will be coming soon.
The people want to hear what you got to say, man. You know what? It's been nothing but straight comedy talking about that movie, man. I didn't expect it to get the.
And put a Kiss guy in there at the store. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I had to talk with my dad and my brother, not to really go into it, but it was just nothing but it was hilarious. Oh God, it was hilarious. So if you haven't seen that movie, check that out. Wait for our little takes on that and stay tuned.
100%.
But yeah, episode 5, Falcon and Winter Soldier, coming this Friday. Check that out. Stay tuned for our
Bad
review
Batch
on that.
comes in May.
Bad Batch is coming. Yeah, there's a lot coming.
In May 4th.
Oh, it's about to get good.
May the 4th. May the 4th.
How about that?
May the 4th be with you guys. Ooh, Star Wars knew what they were doing with that. Dave Filoni.
Wish it was with Sebastian Stan, but moving on.
Listen, Star Wars, the universe is either going to be saved or it's going to be ruined. We don't know. It's almost like a DCU right now. We don't know what's going on, but we do know we're getting the bad.
No, DC announced that they are indeed destroying their universe. They announced that. We seen that the Snyderverse did good. Too bad we don't like that. Success.
I hope you guys.
Success.
I hope you guys get sense.
Some success
that we have.
Nah, Robert Patterson.
Listen, nothing against Robert Patterson. Good guy.
He's a good actor.
We just. I hope you guys sense our anger that we feel. About this. We don't know anything about the Ahsoka series. We don't know anything about Mandalorian season 3. Us Star Wars fans are really going through it right now. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's a tough time.
All right, guys.
But we do know Bad Batch is coming though. So
shout out to all the DMX fans. On a personal note, we lost a great one. May he rest in peace. He was near and dear to me. So y'all get a chance, bang some of his music. let them know you're listening. So
It was a hurt piece. I heard mostly that was I mean, he was a rapper that I listened to a lot in my childhood. Obviously, my dad absolutely loves DMX. Like, so yeah, it was a literally an in the car album we would listen to. Like, so, I mean, it definitely sucks when one of the idols that I mean. I didn't specifically look up the DMX. I never wanted to be a rapper, but one of the people that I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed his music. I never really had any problem with DMX or anything like that. Like, it's sad to see him go like that. It was more the way that he went that kind of made me really, 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 really sad. Just
yeah, hug your loved ones, tell them you love them, stay close to them, close as you can in this crazy ass world.
Avoid hard drugs.
On that note, yeah.
On that note, y'all have a good night. Yeah. And we'll see y'all next time. We got a lot more stuff coming.
See y'all later.